Wasting your time trying to talk to a man who threw away your investment on some save the world vanity project. He can't get your money back. I can.
I could try explaining that a Save the World project, vain or not, is worth investing in, Mr. Daggett. But you understand only money and the power you think it buys. So why waste my time, indeed?
Second shift reports in?
You should spend some more time with the mayor.
Well, that's your department.
Anyone shown him the crime stats?
He goes by his gut, and it continues to bother him no matter what the numbers.
Must be popular with his wife.
Not really. She took the kids and left for Cleveland.
I have plenty of time for visits. The mayor's gonna dump him in the spring.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
But he's a hero.
A war hero. This is peacetime.
I'm so terribly sorry, Mr. Wayne. It is Mr. Wayne, isn't it? Although you don't have the long nails or the facial scars, sir.
Is that what they say about me?
It's just that no one ever sees you.
That's a beautiful necklace. Reminds me of one that belonged to my mother. It can't be the same one. Because her pearls are in the safe. The manufacturer clearly explained it is uncrackable.
Oops. Nobody told me it was uncrackable.
I'm afraid I can't let you take those.
Look, you wouldn't beat up a woman any more than I would beat up a cripple. Of course, sometimes exceptions have to be made. Good night, Mr. Wayne. Can I have a ride?
You read my mind.
Let's go.
Miss Tate was asking to see you again,
She's very persistent.
and quite lovely, in case you were wondering.
Wasn't?
What are you doing?
Examining print dust. We've been robbed.
And this is your idea of sounding the alarm, is it?
She took the pearls, tracking device and all.
She?
One of the maids. Perhaps you should stop letting them in this side of the house.
Perhaps you should start learning to make your own bed. Why were you dusting for prints?
I wasn't. She was.
Sir, Congressman Gilly's wife has been calling in. Apparently the congressman never made it home after the Wayne Foundation event.
That's a job for the police.
When you and Dad cleaned up the streets, you cleaned them good. Pretty soon we'll be chasing down overdue library books.
Huh.
And yet, here you are, like we're still at war.
What's your name, son?
Blake, sir.
You have something you want to ask me, Officer Blake?
It's about that night, this night, 8 years ago, the night Dent died. The last confirmed sighting of the Batman. He murders those people, takes down 2 SWAT teams, breaks Dent's neck, and then just vanishes.
I'm not hearing a question, son.
Don't you want to know who he was?
I know exactly who he was. He was the Batman. Let's go see about the congressman's wife.
Master Wayne? Master Wayne? You haven't been down here in a long time.
Trying to find out more about our jewel thief. Ran her prints, unless she's lost a lot of weight. She was wearing someone else's fingerprints. She's good.
She may be, but we have a trace on the necklace.
You do. So I cross-referenced the address she went back to with police data on high-end B and E's and, Selena Kyle. The databases are full of close calls, tips from fences. She's good, but the ground is shrinking beneath her feet.
We should send the police before she fences the pearls.
She won't. She likes them too much. And they weren't what she was after.
What was she after?
My fingerprints. It was print a toner, mixed with graphite on the safe. It gives a good pull, and it's untraceable.
Fascinating. You two should exchange notes over coffee.
So now you're trying to set me up with a jewel thief?
At this point, I'd set you up with a chimpanzee if it brought you back to the world.
There's nothing out there for me.
And that's the problem. You hung up your cape and your cowl, but you didn't move on. You never went to find a life, to find someone.
Alfred, I did find someone.
I know, and you lost them. But that's all part of living, sir. But you're not living. You're just waiting, hoping for things to go bad again. Remember when you left Gotham? Before all this, before Batman? You were gone 7 years. 7 years I waited, hoping that you wouldn't come back. Every year, I took a holiday. I went to Florence. There's this cafe on the banks of the Arno. Every fine evening, I'd sit there and order a Fernie Branca. I had this fantasy that I would look across the tables and I'd see you there with a wife, maybe a couple of kids. You wouldn't say anything to me, nor me to you. But we both know that you'd made it, that you were happy. I never wanted you to come back to Gotham. I always knew there was nothing here for you except pain and tragedy. And I wanted something more for you than that. I still do.
They wash up here a couple of times a month, or more when it gets colder. Homeless sheltering in the tunnels. We pulled him from the basin, but other than that, we didn't touch him.
What? Name's Jimmy. He's from St. Swithin's. It's the boys on my coach symbol.
Jimmy hadn't been around for months.
No, why?
Blake, you know why. He aged out. We don't have the resources to keep boys on after 16.
Yeah, but I thought the Wayne Foundation gave money for them.
Not for the past couple of years.
He has a brother here, doesn't he?
Mark. I'll tell him.
I'd like to, if that's all right. You know what he was doing down there in the tunnels?
A lot of guys been going down in the tunnels when they age out. Say you can live down there. Just say there's work down there.
Work? What kind of work you gonna find in the sewers?
More than you can find up here, I guess.
So you know about him?
Of course. Do you think he's